Why are we so pro woman's choice until that woman chooses adoption?
The difference between a mother choosing to terminate her own pregnancy, a choice she makes for herself, and relinquishing a child for adoption is that in adoption, there's a third party that cannot consent to this choice. There's an adopted person who is being signed into an irrevocable lifelong contract that they, by nature of being a child, cannot consent to.
As soon as she chooses adoption, the automatic assumption is that she must not be able to afford her baby, and the adoptive parent should pay for the birth mother to keep her baby.
No, the automatic assumptions being made about a mother who chooses adoption are that she's brave, selfless, and making a loving choice, because adoption agencies shovel that propaganda down our throats relentlessly. Then the natural mother signs the adoption papers. The adoption agency gets what they want, the adopters get what they want, the natural mother gets discharged from the hospital and immediately faces social backlash, because how could any good mother choose that for their own child? Let's go back to the second half of what this adopter said.
As soon as she chooses adoption, the automatic assumption is that she must not be able to afford her baby, and the adoptive parent should pay for the birth mother to keep her baby.
Adoption is a system. It's supposed to be a mechanism of child welfare. And one of the realities of that system is that the majority of people who relinquish a child for adoption do so because they feel they don't have the resources to parent their own children. So when someone swoops in with $50,000 and buys that child when the natural parents were never offered any level of financial or other meaningful assistance, yeah, it's gonna leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. Most people who relinquish children for adoption want to be a part of their child's lives, which is why this open adoption scam has become as big as it is. In fact, the woman who relinquished the child in this video for adoption is a part of her own child's life. So are we really trying to make this implication that she didn't want to be part of her child's life? Or maybe did she not have the resources to raise her own kid? Adoption in America is a backward system. We subsidize rich people buying children, but never offer that same money to children's own families prior to adoption. If a family is making the choice to relinquish a child for adoption because they don't feel they have the resources to parent their own children, is that a choice being made, or is that something they're doing out of desperation? In an actual pro-choice society, we'd be providing resources for pregnant people and their families to raise their children if that's what they want to do before selling their kids off for tens of thousands of dollars. That way, at least they actually have a choice.